Monhegan Island is a lovely atoll in the state of Maine. It can be reached by ferry from the town of Boothbay Harbor, a trip of about 2 hours. Most people do it as a day trip, giving you a few hours on the island to explore. Boothbay lies on the mid-coast of Maine, called Bold for its rocky shoreline. The area features many pretty harbors and has inspired artists such as Andrew Wyeth. My son's summer at Camp Chewonki on the mid-coast outside Wiscasset. I myself went to camp there in the 1970s. When I visited Monhegan for the first time this summer, I saw why people talk about it so much. Remote in and of itself, it's possible to see from the south side the two most remote inhabited islands in Maine in the distance. Monhegan is a hiker's paradise, and I set myself some goals, but so as not to miss the ferry back. I found berries and seascapes with crashing waves and tons of seagulls. Shakespeare's Tempest came easily to mind. I love the character of Caliban, disfigured by an angry witch, but he presses on anyway to have a kind of life. The poem refers to this speech of his in Act 3, Scene 2. He says, "Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometime voices that, if I then had waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again." And now this is my poem, Monhegan. Walking along an island cliff, above a ripe, cold ocean, its sweet, soft lullaby motion arising from the tidal shift. Finding a spot to eat lunch, a view of the gulls and sea, a sip of hot black tea, late summer berries to munch. Things are not what they seem, as is clear to girls and boys. So full of quiet, lone noises, the island is Caliban's dream. The dream where he wants ne'er to wake, a dream where he's handsome and strong, which will so sadly not last long. Waking up, his poor heart will break. When it's time to depart the island, when the boat embarks on full throttle, like a castaway sending a bottle, you have written your name in the sand. As the island recedes in the distance, as your thoughts come together like stew, now the dream has become part of you. Only then do you see its importance. Water, salt air, ferries, and the promise to return. The last line is a coda, and I felt it didn't need to follow the rhythm and rhyme of the foregoing stanzas. The main formal element in the poem is the rhyme scheme, which is unusual, A, B, B, A. I may have been thinking of walking up and down hills. Some of the rhymes are partial. There is no consistent rhythm. I hope you've gotten a taste of the Maine sea air. Continuing in the Shakespeare-inspired genre, my next poem will be about my favorite character of his, Sir John Falstaff.